Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here with a famous book by none other than King James. That's right, King James the First, King James the Sixth of Scotland, and his famous Counterblast to Tobacco. It's one of the best examples of an early social reform tract, it says on the back. Now, he was a genius. He knew like 7, 8 languages very fluently. He'd done his own translation on the Psalms. He was not a homosexual, evidently, as popularly said, because we'll probably do a review on the Basilicon Doron in the near future, where he goes into, you become a man. He's talking to Charles, don't do these kind of things. So a counterblast to tobacco. They had kind of, in the New World, Jamestown and stuff, they had found tobacco in the New World and brought it back. And he was talking about how bad it is. So I love this, and there's some famous statements in here about the Stygian smokes and all this, but this is so cool. This is on page 12. It says, first, it is thought by you a sure aphorism in the physics that the brains of all men, being naturally cold and wet, all dry and hot things should be good for them, of which nature this stinking fumigation is, and therefore of good use to them. Of this argument, both the proposition and assumption are false, and so the conclusion cannot be void of itself. For as to the proposition that because the brains are cold and moist, therefore things that are hot and dry are best for them, is an inept consequence. For man being compounded of the 4 complexions, whose fathers are the 4 elements. This is just so fascinating to me. Although there be a mixture of them all in all the parts of his body, yet must the varied parts of our microcosm or little world within ourselves be more inclined to variability, some to one, some to another complexion, according to the diversity of their uses, that of these discords a perfect harmony may be made up for the maintenance of the whole body. And as if a man, because the liver is hot as the fountain of blood, I find that fascinating. Michael Servetus had discovered the cardiopulmonary resuscitation system of the heart. Okay, as it were in the oven to the stomach, would therefore apply and wear close upon the liver and stomach a cake of lead. So, he's kind of like foretelling these health problems coming from cigarettes. So he was way ahead of his time in these type things. Now, his observations of the human body might have left a little bit to be desired, but let's see if we can find another thing. And what greater absurdity, this is page 17, can there be than to say that one cure shall serve for various and contrary manners of diseases? It is an undoubted ground among all physicians that there is almost no sort either of nourishment or medicine that hath not done something in it disagreeable to some part of a man's body, because I've already said the nature of the temperature of every part is so different from another that according to the old proverb, and it goes on. So fascinating. So King James, ahead of his time, we're making all these laws against cigarettes, secondhand smoke. Now they're up to third-hand smoke. King James knew all about it. Talk with you later. God bless you in Jesus' name.